Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have a game between MTW Dimaga. He's the red Zerg on top of Metalopolis, and his opponent is going to be D Killer. I'm probably just going to call him Killer. Not sure what the D is for, but they're both Zerg players, obviously. This one's yellow, that one's red, and they're going to be fighting each other for our amusement. This game was played in the first round of the Root Warzone Tournament. I've already cast a few games from that tournament. I plan on doing the entire first round and a bunch of the best of threes from the other rounds as well, since these guys are really good players. Don't want to miss out on any crazy games. So some of the games might be good, some of the games might be better, some of the games might not be that entertaining, but I'm going to cast a lot of them, so at least you'll have something to watch. Killer, I believe, is a South American player. I don't know exactly where he's from, but Dimaga is from the Ukraine, of course. You should know about Dimaga by now if you don't already. He is a very, very good Zerg player. He's incredibly aggressive, but also has very impressive macro styles as well. Killer, I don't really know too much about, I'm sorry to say, but if he was invited to play in this Root Warzone tournament, he's got to be pretty good, so we'll see how he's able to do ZVZ in this best of one against Dimaga. The winner will go on to play a best of three. The loser will get absolutely nothing. The prize pool for this tournament was actually about $3,500, so a substantial amount to be sure. And these players, you know, obviously want to do their best and try and get some cash. But neither player is actually doing much right now. They're just droning up, droning up, droning up. One interesting thing about ZVZ is that if you can park your Overlord over your opponent, you can actually see the exact timings that your opponent has when he drops a hatchery or a spawning pool, and you can actually squeeze out another drone if you're the second person to do that, because you know it gives you a little bit more of an economic advantage, and your timings will still be about the same because the run distance has to be factored in. You can actually have Zerglings out if he sends Zerglings at you a second early. So these players now still doing the exact same build here. Very, very similar. As you look at the production tab, everything is almost right on time. Both spawning pools went down almost the exact same time. Their hatcheries are pretty freaking close in the seconds building here. Actually, they might be identical. It's pretty close there. But yeah, not a lot of variance just yet. Looking at units, everything's the same. Production, everything's the same. It's going to come down to unit control because both of these players are subscribing to the exact same build. Dimaga really likes Banelings, and this setup that he's got here actually favors Zergling speed into potentially Banelings, or just going for a win with Zerglings. Killer, since he's doing the exact same build, have to say he might be going for the same thing here. Both players are getting 2 queens, but Killer is going to be a little bit more aggressive. He's building Lings first, while Dimaga continues to make macro tools like this Overlord, and he's the first one to get Zergling speed started, but again, they are just so very close in time. They're only 2 seconds apart. The queens for everybody are going to pop out at the exact same time. These drones are building. Dimaga actually going for more drones, and Killer sending his first 2 Lings now across the map. We'll see what they're able to accomplish. Probably not a lot, since 2 queens will be able to fend that off incredibly easily. Killer is getting a Roach Warren now, though, which is nice to see a little bit of variance between these 2 players' builds. Here we see the first queen taking a couple of jabs. The second one should be right in position there, yes, to slow down these guys scouting around. Killer will now see everything that he couldn't see with his Overlord already, which was essentially everything. So really these scouting Lings are a bit of a, I don't know, they're a bit of a excessive. If he had lost them, I would say they'd be a waste, but he hasn't lost them yet, so really it's just kind of a different scouting technique. Dimaga is going to continue pursuit here, and he is getting a Baneling nest up right now. D-Killer does have his Roach Warren complete, so he's going to get 3 roaches. Dimaga is going to start making 20 Zerglings. Wow, Killer actually scrapped a couple more drones there. We can see, oh wow, Dimaga actually not in an advantage at all. That's interesting. It looked like Killer was the first one to get units out, and actually had all the Zerglings arrive, but Dimaga showed up with his reinforcements as well. Now these 2 are just posturing for a battle. Dimaga probably going to park it outside of Killer's vision just a little bit and start making some Zerglings, but Killer has nice Overlord placement, so he's going to see all these Banelings about to pop out. All the roaches blocking the ramp so that these speedlings of Dimaga cannot just run past them. I'm not sure what his Baneling targets will be. He actually canceled the Banelings, so that's interesting. Looks like he's just going to be content with lots and lots of speedlings instead. He has not built any banelings. He canceled a lot of them. He should have a ton of gas available, and he does. But I like D-Killer's positioning here a little bit better than Dimaga's. Having all the roaches clumped up like that is going to allow him to kill a lot of these speedlings. Some of them do make their way up the ramp. There is a queen here to help defend. And of course, more roaches and lings will be popping out here at this hatchery any moment. The roaches on the creep will do okay trying to defend against these speedlings. So Dimaga, I'm a little puzzled what he's doing right now. He is going to actually lose all of those lings that ran up the ramp. Didn't do too much damage, and units lost. We see Dimaga 350 resources more lost in that engagement. These roaches did a great job holding up on defense. Still no banelings being built. Still questioning what Dimaga's plan is here. He's going to try and get us around on these roaches here. He's got, a ton of lings here, but Killer with these stout roaches, armored roaches, going to be doing, again, just a solid job of fending those off. Dimaga losing even more resources there, 1450 resources lost compared to only 700, and they continue to just bite back and forth, ling against ling, all these roaches moving across the map. I feel like because Dimaga doesn't have near as many units as Killer, Dimaga could be seeing a quick defeat here. It's 59 food against 56, but like I said, these roaches are going to be an advantage here. So Dimaga actually built a roach warren at some point after canceling all those banelings. So now he's trying to keep up, but the roach count from Killer is just way too far ahead. He didn't spend any resources on that baneling nest, didn't waste any time waiting for it to complete, had his roach warren up first, built way more roaches, and D-Killer or Killer will be advancing into the best of 3 format in the quarterfinals, or the best of 8, round of 8. That is the quarterfinals. Anyway, Dimaga takes a quick exit out of the Root Warzone Tournament, and now I'll cast another game, so stick around.